Hello. So it's Brandy and Sean here from Little Britches, and I know that you have been waiting a very long time to hear what's going on for this fall. Um, just to give you a little background, we have decided what we are going to do like 20 times at this point. And we're like about to announce things, and then things changed because 2020. So we are very excited that we can finally give you information about what we're doing this fall and give you dates. So just to give you a little bit of background, for those of you who are not aware, in the spring we had to cancel our sale. We had already kind of started the process. The sellers were starting it. We're already starting to enter their items, and we ended up having to cancel about 5 weeks out or so. Kind of as the number started increasing and the CDC made their recommendations. So that was a huge bummer. And we kind of made the decision at that time that that was not something we ever wanted to do again. We really hated canceling on you. And so, I mean, really since the spring, we've been talking about what the fall would look like. Of course, in the spring, like a lot of us, we thought maybe by now we would be looking a little bit more normal, and we all know that's not the case. And so as we explored different options for the fall, kind of the things that felt really important to us were that we hold a safe event. We were not interested in doing any event unless we could be totally confident that we could do it in a safe way, following all local requirements and recommendations, any health recommendations out there, which with an event of our type would be very challenging in order to hold a safe sale, just because it would take a lot of changes, which isn't a deal breaker, but, is just something we considered. Something else we considered is that, being in Manhattan, students coming back, and then school starting, I think we're all kind of under the impression that we're probably going to see an increase in numbers. And with that increase is, a reasonable likelihood that we could have shutdowns. I mean, currently we would be required to have a permit for the sale. And if they back that down even more, it'd be really challenging to stay under occupancy requirements in order to have a sale that met requirements. So we talked about a lot of different options. Like I said, we arrived at a lot of different decisions. At the end of the day, what we felt like was probably the smartest option for something that would be safe and something that we would not have to change on you at the last minute was to go online. So that's our big announcement, is that we are moving our fall sale online. So I'm sure I just created a million questions for many of you. And this is part of why it's taken us so long to get you an announcement, because we wanted to make sure that we had good information to give you before we announced anything. I'll tell you that this is going to be a learning process for us too. And so, we ask you to be patient with us as we kind of make sure that we give you the best event possible. Our dates. So the online sale is going to be open October 16th and 17th to the public. We will still have pre-sales for our volunteers and sellers. So that is still going to be a thing. There will still be half price. Let's see. Just a little bit of information to give you. First off, we are not going to answer all your questions today. We want to make sure we tell you right the first time. So please be patient with us as we roll out more details and information to you. Just a few things that you're probably wondering. So sellers, I know you're probably have very reasonable questions for how this will affect you. The things that you should know is our item entry platform is the exact same. It's the same one that you're used to using. It's the same one that you've got inactive items in. So that is not going to change. You're going to be able to use that system that you're comfortable with. It's a wonderful system. They have actually, what is making this more possible for us is that they have actually integrated with an online selling platform so that we are able to take things directly from what you enter there and put them online. And so at this point, we'll just tell you there's going to be parts that are going to be a little more work on your end, but there's also going to be parts that are going to be less work on your end. So we hope that balances out. We're really excited to give you an opportunity to sell your items. Having to cancel after so many of you had entered items in the spring really bummed me out. You can ask Sean, I was not happy about having to do that. And like I said, in the spring, you will be able, so this is a fall winter sale. So you will be bringing, coats, long sleeve shirts, things like that. But like we said, in the spring, you will be able to bring your items that you entered for the spring sale. So we will allow those items. So those are kind of grandfathered into the sale because you already went to the work to enter those. And so we would like to honor that. Volunteers, we will still need you. We are going to be working obviously in very small groups. It will be understood that we're going to be following any health recommendations in place. So Manhattan is currently under a mask mandate. We will be wearing masks. We're going to be screening volunteers when they come in. Again, very, very small groups, and we're going to be working in a space where we can distance. And so just be aware of that if those are things that don't meet your comfort level, then this was, hopefully you're able to volunteer in the next sale. Hopefully next sale is normal again. We'll see. But so volunteers, just be aware of that. But yes, we would love to have you. And yes, you will be able to shop early, which is very exciting. So then the rest of the shoppers, so everybody, we're not releasing the address of our distribution center yet. It is not going to be the Armory. The Armory is actually not allowing reservations right now. But we have secured another spot that will be our kind of distribution center is what we will be referring to it as. And so that's what Sean did all of the legwork to secure that. That was also a big part of the process we had to figure out before we could tell you anything. But so shoppers, you'll be able to shop from the comfort of your home, which is wonderful. And like I said, there still will be a half price sale time at the end. And then orders are going to be picked up curbside in Manhattan at the distribution center. There's no charge for that curbside service. Delivery is also going to be an option. There will be a fee for delivery. And then finally, just if you are an advertiser or community service who is curious about your advertising opportunities with the sale, obviously on-site vendors aren't a thing for this sale, but we are working on some ways that you can still advertise to our community because we would still like people to offer that. So again, we probably are leaving you with a lot more questions than answers. Please be patient with us. Seller information, your stuff is going to be rolling out very soon. So you are going to be able to start entering items. I believe the date is September 5th. It's going to be kind of the same timeline that you're familiar with. September 5th, you'll be able to start entering your items. And so before that time, we'll give you more details about how this is all going to work. It's, and just where we're going to make sure we do videos, whatever we can to make sure you're comfortable with this process. This is something that may be a little trickier for our veteran sellers because we're asking you to kind of change what you do. But it's essentially still the same task. So, did I cover everything? I did all of the talking.
There's so many questions to be answered.
There's so many questions to be answered, but we promise we're going to get you information just as quickly as we can. We are really excited about this. Just to kind of, clue you in behind the scenes. This is not a decision we have made lightly. We really did a lot of research. We've gotten the chance to communicate with other seller owners or sale owners who have successfully held online sales recently, have had to shift to an online sale. And their sellers have been very pleased. Their shoppers have been very pleased. So we're feeling very optimistic and very excited. We think it's going to be fantastic. This is not a permanent change. We are super excited about this option, but honestly, we're really bummed that we can't be in person again. We really, really miss you all. We really miss getting to be in that shopping environment. That's how we love to have our sale. We have no interest in being long-term online. We want to be an in-person business. So don't worry, this is not a permanent change. This is something that we're going to do so that we can make the sale happen in our current state.
Yep.
So that's it. That's the big reveal. October 16th and 17th. We are really going to rely on our community to be spreading the word about the sale because, it's kind of a different thing. So you're going to be our best advertisers. So that's it. And we will be getting more information out to you soon.